Hi, welcome to this case study about becoming a corporate wellness consultant. Now, how would you like to combine your corporate and your wellness skills and inspire thousands of professionals? How would you imagine yourself working for large organizations where you can impact the whole company culture, structure, programs? How would you love to be seen as a strategic health and well-being advisor when you are offering day-to-day results that you can show to management, to C-level, to be proud of not just what you're doing, what the people are doing, but to be seen and heard by top management? There's something happening which I like to call the promotion effect. So you start in a company as a junior with one skill. You work 3 years and then you get promoted to the next skill. And every 3 years you're learning new skills. So as a junior you start and you get remunerated based on your skills. You get, for example, X euro. You work harder, you work more, you get better in your skills, you get promoted and you earn even more. So you go from a junior maybe in 15 years to an executive and you earn 10 times as much money. Now, maybe you don't want to wait that long before being able to learn new skills. And so what happens is, for many people, this becomes the burnout effect. And this can be measured in smiles. So maybe as a junior, you started and you had 10 smiles a day. And as an executive, you get so focused and you're working 12 to 14 hours and your whole life is about this promotion and growing and your work. And you maybe just have a little less smiles per day. And it doesn't really resonate anymore that when you work more, harder, get more skills, you get promoted, that you're also happier because you just don't have the time to spend it with your friends, your family. And everything is focused on your work. But so for many, it becomes the burnout effect. You feel burnout. Well, your health starts to decrease. Or maybe you have a hernia of sitting too much. Your neck is hurting, your back. You get kind of used to it. Your energy drops. You're starting to drink more cola, more coffee in a day just to keep yourself awake. Now, many people want to solve this because you see it growing, you feel less and less energized, and you take control. So of being burned out, having a bad health, low energy, and maybe even not feeling seen or heard by being for a long time in the same spot, or not even taken seriously. This can be solved and people start looking for solutions. And we attracted an amazing customer who co-created this model, and we call this the Move Pyramid, with us, that determines what is a healthy professional. What habits do a healthy professionals need? So in this pyramid, which you can compare with the pyramid of Maslow, you will see a healthy professional moves, isn't sitting 14 hours a day, moves, does walking meetings, is releasing tension from his muscles because the muscles in the body and the mind are related. A healthy professional knows that some nutrition gives you energy and other nutrition gives you an anxiety, and knows how to play with food to be healthy and energized all day long. They observe their addictions, whether it's food, drugs, or alcohol, and know that this void inside is often creating an addiction. And they use purpose to fill this void. They see what gives fire, what creates energy in people, and they focus for themselves and other people to be in that power, in that energy. They also know sleep is important and have habits to have healthy sleep patterns, deep sleep. And they know how thoughts are related to the reptile brain, how thoughts can come from deep and intuition, or how thoughts can come up in new situations when new brain pathways are created. You've probably read the book of Creating Healthy Habits by Charles Duhigg. And you know as a leader that social relationships are a mirror of how you are feeling. So you're taking responsibility for every thought, emotion, action, or habit. You also probably start learning about how stuck emotions can prevent 70% of dis-ease if worked with and released. And you know what gives you fire, what keeps you energized, what makes you smile and your eyes shine and sparkle. You know about the importance of interactions at work, which is like the main factor for people to stay in their workplace. So you help people to look each other in the eye again, say hi, give each other a hug, get used to touching again. So you empower yourself. And after taking charge of yourself, you've felt such a spark, you've seen such a change in your physical and mental state that you want to be part of this and help other people because you just see the other colleagues needing it so badly and nothing is really happening. So you take part in the well-being committee. Now, the harsh truth is that most people in this committee are volunteers. So when introducing well-being to the managers, it's seen a bit as fluffy. You're seen a bit as the weirdo who has these meditation stuff that other people are not doing. You don't really receive a budget except for one time a year for a workshop and get it done, so it's off the checklist of the company. And you keep receiving the message as long as your real job gets done. So, you know, that spark where you healed yourself and want to promote it with colleagues, it kind of becomes the burnout effect again. So option, leaving the corporate world and becoming corporate wellness consultants, but even there, offering your services to another company, you still don't feel seen or heard because money flows where priorities go. And I will be sharing about the old and new way. And in the old way, you'll see that each department is checking off their checklist in quite a reactive way. So HR sees, people are leaving the company because they're sitting too much and they're having hernias. We need a movement coach who gives ergonomics. And then they look for, in the offer of 1 to 400 movement coaches, they find someone who is nearby and they ask to give days of training. But then prevention sees, but we have many burnouts. So we need to learn people about the mind and preventing burnout or getting people back to work who have a burnout. And then R&D sees like, hey, for our R&D campaigns and innovation, we need to tap into this emotional power. Let's ask people who are good in acting to get this creative power out of our people. And again, 1 to 400 suppliers in the market on average, and then they invite 10 to come over. You're one of the 10, and then 3 can actually start, and then 1 is chosen to give a couple of days. But then sales comes and see, hey, social relationships are important because our customers, they don't feel treated well, they don't feel heard or seen. Let's do something about social interactions. And before you know, as an employee, you have this huge forest of activities, initiatives, and you have no idea what comes first, what to focus on, because it's still all on top of your job and your boss is saying, get your real job done first. That's the old way. I will share later how the new way of a trusted advisor works. So, only corporate wellness consultants with clear business results, and I'm meaning business results as in people stay longer in a company, fewer people leave, there's less dis-ease, less absenteeism, more innovative ideas and more sales. Only corporate wellness consultants who get these results can say, when I work for a client, I feel heard, I feel seen. I get the management along, not only along, they are excited. The majority of the coworkers participate. I get business results. I earn more and I feel fulfilled every day. I have freedom, create my own life. So this is what I do. I share my journey and I give you everything I've done to get corporate contracts of over 50,000 euro per year per customer. So I help you to be seen and heard and of course paid as a strategic corporate and wellness advisor, feeling fulfilled and getting clear business results for up to 5,000 professionals. And this is a case study, and I'm going to share with you the biggest mistake that many corporate wellness managers, whom I call the ultimate givers, and I was there, I made those mistakes too when they were working for large organizations. And then I'll share the approach that successful corporate wellness professionals, whom we call smart observers, what they have present that the ultimate givers don't. And then there's the marketing trap that can ruin your reputation and energy balance as a corporate wellness consultant when you work for large organizations. You don't want this. You won't feel fulfilled. Neither you will feel free. So now, are you the consultant that will get participation rates up to 80%? Meaning if there's 200 people in a company, that 160 people participate. Because you'll see here on average, there's 10 to 20% of the people participating in a workshop on nutrition or well-being in general, or movement or sleep. And the thing is, these 10 to 20% of the people are usually already quite healthy, so you won't really get the business results. So if you want to get this up to 80%, and do this by working bottom up, because people are inspired to. You're not setting up projects where people are treated like kids. Hey, if you do this, you get a sticker. And the sticker is replaced by money that can be spent in a marketplace, for example, of a sponsor of the company. No. If you want true inspiration through community, bottom up, where people, for example, in these pictures, we call these moves, these are new healthy habits that are created. On the left, people start cooking for each other. I mean, it's so simple, but it has a huge effect. And these initiatives created a decrease in absenteeism. It is so simple. The next step is, in the second picture, people learning together how does sleep work, what hormones are related to sleep. And the third picture is about colleagues making an intention together to go walking together, to do healthy habits together. It's these small things, bottom up, from a true intrinsic motivation, that make the difference. Now, will you be the corporate wellness consultant that will help the pill society in the prevention of disease? This is an example of a company. In 10 years, disease was increasing. And after just 3 to 6 months of the campaign, there was a decrease. Will you be the person helping this? Because society needs you. And it's not a quick pill, because then everything just gets stuck in the body and doesn't solve anything. No, it's a mindset change, a behavior change. Now, if you want to think big and live full of fulfillment, if you want to be free to live your life the way you want to, if you want to add healthy habits to your day structure, like I implement yoga in my day structure every day, a walk, a gratitude meditation to stay grounded. If you want to do authentic meetings and connect deep with clients and professionals, for example, meditating before a meeting to get everyone in the moment and actually present, not thinking about the food they're going to eat that night. And if you want to try digital nomad life, and I'm on tropical islands often, and you don't have to be on a tropical island to live a digital nomad life, but you can try and find out what millennials want, what inspires them to work in nature, how these new generations want to work healthy, not just sitting on a desk from 9 to 5. And if you want to get access to a worldwide community of pioneers, we gathered all their knowledge, so you can bring it to companies in a very easy way. Now, if you are open and willing to experience and enjoy new living and working spaces, and replacing gray meeting rooms by active healing and Zen rooms because it's bottom-up requested, if this resonates to think big and live a life full of fulfillment, then you're in the right place. If you love corporate and wellness, and you're ready to get corporate contracts, get more business results and personal fulfillment, you are exactly where you need to be right now. Happy to have you. So, let's talk about the top 3 categories of people I love to work with. First, there's consultants who are already working for companies and mostly selling ad hoc workshops or team buildings or consultants. Next, there are professionals who left the corporate world, who became yoga or mindfulness teachers, and mostly teaching 1-to-1 or 20 people in a group. And they're kind of missing being in a company and having a huge impact where it's really truly needed. And then I love working with health experts who are specialized in one topic, like movement, nutrition, purpose, Eastern medicine, meditation, and who want to bring this knowledge in a very actionable way to companies. So if you love corporate and wellness, you're ready to get the contracts at least 2-3 days a week for 3 months and grow your business results and personal fulfillment, you're exactly in the right place. Let's continue. This is an example of someone, she built a movement community in 5 cities in a company with more than 2,000 employees, and 50 new ambassadors in just 1 year came. People started asking to go to do soccer after they hadn't played for 10 years, and then 60 people were doing soccer together. And people were doing swimming together and self-defense and spinning, walking, diving. 50 new ambassadors in just 1 year. That's about 2 to 3 people each month who come up with an idea. I'd love to do this on a regular basis with my colleagues. Can you imagine the energy, the connection that brings in a company? And then there's another example of someone who closed her first customer after only a month and only taking a part of the training, and who was leading a 60,000 euro project after just 5 months of receiving the corporate wellness training. And as you can see, most of this project was focused on strategy, communication, also top down, but the biggest part was supporting all bottom up initiatives and having great structure to have it all going. And then there's someone who had her first customer for her health campaign, and that customer came from the other side of the world. How amazing is that? It's so easy these days with digital technology to get clients from the other side of the world. Now, then there was a company of 20,000 employees who wanted to co-create, who had corporate wellness in their DNA and wanted to make sure what is corporate wellness. So they created together with us a calculator that to the euro or dollar can calculate what the savings or income will be of HR, prevention, R&D, or sales. We call this the corporate wellness return on investment calculator or scorecard. This is the crucial tool to become that trusted advisor of a company. Now, in the corporate wellness and consulting business, I'm sure you've noticed consultants fall into one of 2 categories. So I've shared with you about the ultimate givers. These are the consultants who do inspiring workshops from the heart. They spend a lot of time giving, getting the customer, doing predefined workshops, and not receiving enough money. And if you do 100 for a company, they start bargaining about your fee and reducing it, and you don't get that much appreciation. You don't know how it goes in the long term. And then you have the smart observers, and these are the people who I grew into, what I learned how to be one of them. People who are challenging the true needs of the customer, the deep why, who get results and are valued financially and energetically. They receive freedom to work wherever, whenever, and trust of the company to live their dream work life, because the customers are amazing customers, and they know if my consultant is happy and healthy, they will shine it on my employees too. Now, the question is, what is it that allows some corporate wellness consultant to be trusted, to be paid well, to work in freedom in their own schedule, to receive appreciation, while others make less than they could have, sadly, in a full-time job? And their energy is a struggle. They're always giving. Now, I've talked to hundreds of corporate executives, HR, prevention, sales, marketing directors, and I've been pioneering in this industry 5 years ago when no one in my country had even heard about the term corporate wellness. Now, many corporate wellness officers are coming. So I experienced that the smart observers actually have 2 things present, which the ultimate givers only have 1 or 2, or most of the time even have none. Now, the truth is that if you have both of these things present in your consulting business, it's very easy and fulfilling to work for up to 5,000 people as this trusted advisor of the CEO, guiding the company towards effective corporate wellness. The best way I can describe it is use a metaphor, a formula that was created by a very smart scientist. Because I studied all these successful people all around the world, and whether it was in sports or science, they all had the same mindset and behavior and habits. So this formula is E equals mc to the second. Now I'll show it in a simple circle. So E is energy, and on the right you see c to the second, which is creation to the second, and on the left you see m, which for the E's we will call manifestation. Now this is the same circle but a bit elaborated. So in the middle you see E for energy in blue, and around it you see green. So when you are in your comfort zone, let's say you start with C, creation, dreaming, visualizing, the orange bubble. You feel, for example, you want to create a house. You think about how that house is going to look like, where it should be, what tiles you want to use. You're in A. You're a little bit in your comfort zone. You have a budget for it. And then you go over to B, and in reality, you find the perfect ground. You find the perfect tiles. You act upon it, because it's not because you drive and you see for sale. You still have to buy the ground or the land. And you still have to contract someone to put the house, put the tiles. So the M is all about manifesting, acting, and bringing it in reality. Now, this is very interesting, because if you want to dream bigger, let's say you don't want just a house, you want also horses and a pool. If you dream about it, if you visualize it, if you feel it, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, because maybe you'll need to invest more financially. And maybe, you'll feel a bit more worried because you might need a business plan and you're dreaming and planning, and maybe you will need to rent out the horses or some stables to get everything working. So you go out of your comfort zone. And also in the action phase, you'll go out of your comfort zone. You'll feel the fire. You'll have to start renting out the horses. One day you'll rent out a lot, the other day you won't. This all to keep your dream alive. So you'll go out of your comfort zone. And these are the two things that are super important. Dreaming out of your comfort zone, manifesting out of your comfort zone, because this will charge the blue, the battery, your energy. You'll feel more excited, more fulfilled, more will be flowing from within you on the inside. Now, if you don't dream and you just bring it into action and you buy a horse and you buy another horse and you suddenly have 10 horses and you have no land to do anything with it, or it's not going to work. And that's what's happening in companies. They're putting stickers, take the stairs, and then they put a fitness, but no one really thought about who will visit it, who will have the time, who will bring in classes. They're just doing, and that's the left side, and that's a fail. And then the second fail, and that I see a lot in companies too, is dreaming and visualizing about it. In the horse example, it could be making pictures and drawing the most beautiful architecture and business cases, but never taking any next step to action. Not looking into loans, not actually talking to people, not actually buying the land, not doing anything. In companies, this is often with the well-being committees. They come together every month, every 2 months. Oh yes, and they have ideas and ideas and ideas, but nothing happens. That is also a fail. Now, while the whole world is obsessed about creation, think about law of attraction, a lot of videos on YouTube right now, or on the other side, manifestation, people taking action in companies and measuring. Einstein really, and this is a metaphor of course, but he brought both these forces together to strengthen each other. He created energy so strong it can sadly blow up an entire country. Which means this balance is the success. So if you know about Western medicine, it's good to know about Eastern philosophy too. Use both and make both complementary. If you know about making business plans, learn about visualizing too. And if you know about, bring both together over and over and over again. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and let the next point really sink in. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe back out through your mouth. Let go of any sound coming from within. Take another deep breath in. Drop your shoulders, breathe out. Feel your feet become heavier and sinking into the floor. Now, the next point is the exact opposite of what everybody else is feeding you. This is a repetition of history which I call the social media fear. So remember when about 10 years ago, everyone was like, should we be on Facebook or on Instagram? Or should we do ads or paid? Or what should we do? And the discussions were never about why should we do it. It doesn't matter what channel, what tool you use, but who is going to coordinate it and make the strategy. And that's happening again right now. Many consultants are going to companies. I have the latest content. I have data-driven software. I have wearables. Everyone has these amazing things, but it's being ignored that the basics are not installed yet. All everyone is doing is bringing in more complex technology and knowledge to a fundamentally flawed organizational structure. So, I've told you, right, that the ultimate givers have two things in their business that the smart observers don't. It's actually the opposite way around. I messed up this slide. My apologies. It's the smart observers who have two things in their business and the ultimate givers don't. So, I'm gonna repeat just for you to be clear, as the previous slide wasn't that clear. The two things you really need for success is manifest. Act, get real, get grounded, make the business case, sit next to the CTO. Don't start shooting and doing all kinds of stuff until you have this clear plan. Help the decision maker. And don't just be one of 200 suppliers coming in when HR or prevention or R&D has a small budget. No, get the big budget and be the strategic advisor. Exactly as when companies were doubting to hire social media managers, prove your return on investment. And then create. Don't just sell features or tools of techniques. Tailor it. Dream. Make something new for every customer. Work with them. Are you people leaving? Okay, fine. Let's find 4 corporate wellness topics to work on. Great messaging, content, in other words, will help you get corporate wellness with real effect and high participation rates. Use models of psychology, of behavior change. Don't just shoot with 1,000 workshops. Now, everything comes down to this. If you cannot deliver the business results, and I hear so many consultants, we done this workshop and everyone loved it, but 3 months later and 6 months later, we didn't see the results anymore. Or, wow, only 1% of the people in the workshop actually did something with it. It's frustrating. You don't want that. You want people to integrate it in their work life. So if you want a real corporate wellness consulting business, make sure you have a clear goal in the beginning and get that goal. Let's get down to business. I will now show you exactly how you can become a trusted advisor today. You only have to do 2 things, and that is 1, and this is what we teach in the course, attract the right decision makers. And I'm talking about attract. Don't push, don't put armors, be real, be authentic. People will love you for who you are, and make the business case with them. And again, be real, be authentic, co-create it with them. Are you not getting the results you want? Then I will ask you, how many business cases did you make in the last 7 days? And if you didn't make any business cases, then what did you do to attract the right decision makers? Both in the 2 things that the smart observers do, and that is creating the vibration, the dream, and implementing and acting. What did you do the last 7 days to attract them, and how many did you attract? It is easy in corporate wellness to get distracted by wearables, all kinds of platforms, making new apps, breathing techniques, and out of body experiences. Been there, done that. And other connecting activities, coming together with all people wanting to partner up and do something in corporate wellness. But it's actually very simple to get corporate contracts, and that is reaching out to the decision makers and creating business cases. So if you have any partners coming to you, ask them, how many decision makers did you reach out to? How many business cases did you create? You'll know for sure who you're working with. These are the smart observers in the consulting game. These people have full agendas, have high hourly fees, and constant results, and they're living their dream work lives, which isn't 14 hours a day. It's often even only part-time. And they do have amazing effective habits to attract the right decision makers and calculate the results down to the euro or dollar. And this is something you can start doing today. Attract the right decision makers, calculate the results. And here's it again. It's so simple. Attract the decision makers, co-create the business cases. Now, how to do it? Know your wish list. Get excited and resonate your message. For example, there's 21 superstars that are really making a difference as a CEO through personal transformation work and creating conscious workplaces. Hey, who do you want to work for? Do you want to work for companies struggling? Or do you want to go with the ones boosting it, making it right now? Make your choice and then go get them, attract them. Make sure you have all the company facts clear. What are the costs? Apply hypotheses that are focused on scientific research or your own benchmarks, and forecast savings and earnings. And that's it. You take a percentage and that's what the company pays you. And this is what I've been talking about the whole presentation. There is the old way where HR goes and says, oh, we need something about movement, and then you come. Or prevention needs something, they have a small budget, R&D cells. And you're always like the supplier. Now, in the new way, you bring together HR, prevention, R&D, and sales. You advise about bringing in one story so employees have a focused learning approach. You are the trusted advisor. You manage the budgets and you get the goals. What does this new way look like? Again, get this right decision maker. Make sure you have the message and the business case because you are creating your project or job. It is all about real, authentic connection. Human to human. There is no more B2B. There is no more B2C. We're all humans. There's no more split in personal or business. Because if 40 hours in your week are split, the work of the life, it's hard to feel a lot of connection at work. So how do we do this? We call out our ideal clients and we talk about their pain. Hey, what's happening in your company? We connect and share so that they can be open and feel safe. And then we make them consciously believe and show with results we have the answer to their problem. If you get their attention, then it means it's top of mind. And then you already solve a part of the problem. You don't want to let any meeting go without solving anything. Show your work, show results. Don't be a man or woman of words. Be a man or a woman of results. And your fee is 10 or 25% of the potential budget that can be saved or earned. Very simple. And then your program is a gathering of the 4 needs of a company with habits, with supporting templates in one big story. This is one of my favorites. I love to compare doing sales with dating because it's the same thing. You get on a first date, you get connected, you co-create how your life would look like, and you get married. Or you don't get married, but you get some kind of a long-term commitment. Now, an orgasm is an explosion of energy. And this can happen in the brain, in the heart, everywhere. And if a company, for example, we have that often, and CEOs say, wow, many people are leaving, so we need to hire more people. That's a common mindset, A to B. People are leaving, so reactive, let's hire more people. But as a trusted advisor, challenge this CEO and say, hey, people are leaving. How about let's not directly hire more people, but find out why people are leaving and work with that and make sure not more people are leaving. Put it in a business case. You put the business case and then you ask them, hey, if you want more additional help, you reach out, and you'll feel it's like a hard orgasm when people actually see you as a trusted advisor and they're like, yes, here's the contract, we want you to start. They listen to you, and you don't just see the company grow, but everyone you work with as a person. You'll feel the heart orgasm. It's like a flower opening in your heart. You ground, you feel at home, you feel this is it. It's the best feeling in the world. It's fulfillment. So the result of executing everything I shared correctly, the brain orgasm, the heart orgasm, reaching out to decision makers, making business cases, working in the new way, being a smart observer rather than an ultimate giver. Then you'll work for 1,000, 5,000, or even 20,000 professionals whose lives you can impact on a daily basis. And the best part is that you will see per person each day how the business case is growing, because there's about 360 days in a year, and your business case will have an end at 6 months to a year. So every day you can follow up. How many people created new habits? How are they doing? What departments are doing it? What team leads are crashing it? So you'll have such an amazing tool to follow up. And you will finally have that promotion effect, and you won't just learn one skill in 3 years, you'll learn 1,000 of skills in 3 years, and that's also a brain orgasm, learning new skills, and you'll make money, you'll feel fulfilled, heard, and seen. So again, attract the right decision maker, create a business case. Now, the Start to Dream Job training we offered was giving one of the participants so much confidence and a methodology to straight away go to these big customers of thousands of people. And another example is someone who created that ROI calculator for a company with 20,000 people. And it was co-created, and it was shared, and it was done with the company themselves. And then I'll share with you some other examples. And if this resonates, if this is you, keep listening and let's connect further. So I'm the team lead of the accounting team in Toronto, and I love my job. 2 years ago, my energy level started continuously decreasing. I was sitting over 14 hours per day, and I wasn't paying any attention nor taking time to eat healthily. One night I came home and I could barely move. It really was a wake-up call. I planned a holiday and I booked a ticket to Bali to do a restorative yoga teacher course to reset my nervous system. The teacher course changed my life. I came back to work and changed all my work-life habits within the company I was working in. My team loves it, and so do I. My work relationships are better. I have more guts to share my needs and to speak up. My kids actually love the new me. I have more time. I'm more present for them. From my own experience, I observe how many colleagues I can help. I recognize the signs easily now. I took on an extra role in the health committee in my company, but to be honest, I don't feel valued. It's really on top of my accounting job. My manager just keeps reminding me, as long as you get your real job done. And that's the only way I am evaluated too. They aren't seeing how I prevented 2 colleagues from going in a burnout by sharing them what I learned. Because of not feeling valued, I now see no other option than leaving my company to keep following this career path where I can combine my accounting skills and health coaching passion in one job. I love my colleagues and I know my company in and out, as I worked there for over 10 years, but I see no other way than quitting. So what's happening here, and this is again a huge image, but this is what we call the threesome, again from the dating world. Well, dating. Now, there's skills, there's passion, and there's the target group, the company. So that's the easy part. You work for a company with 1,000, 2,000, 20,000 coworkers. That's one part. Now, skills, you could be an accountant, you can be good in speaking up, you can be getting the job done, following the career path, and that's taking 5 days of your week, as in the previous example. And maybe you're paid €4,000 or dollar per month. But then this passion comes up. These are the red words. Energy levels, yoga, working with nervous system, preventing colleagues from burnout. And it's like 1 hour, 2 hours per week, maybe per month, and they don't earn any money. This is a problem because people quit. In the ideal situation, it would be a balance. That's why this light bulb is here. It's so simple. Companies are seeing it and are doing it, but there is no training yet. So ideally, you work 2.5 days. Maybe you earn half as a part-time. And then you have your own business and 2.5 days. You work on health, your passion, because you know the company so well, right? So this is again an overview of the old and the new way. But in the old way, again, you just come when HR goes to the pyramid, takes a topic. Prevention goes to the pyramid, takes a topic, R&D. And you're always one of the 200 or 400 suppliers. In the new way, you start at the top. You screen if there need to be more corporate wellness advisor. So this beautiful person doesn't have to leave the company at all and can join the corporate wellness team. So if you are one of the many skilled professionals who are already in a company and would love to combine your current job with your health passion, but you don't feel seen, because seen actually means getting a title, evaluation, time to do it, and a budget. So there is now a worldwide tendency of highly skilled people leaving the 9 to 5, becoming yoga, meditation, health teachers. And again, these are people who quit. And it could be the other way around. Half staying in the job, knowing how it works, understanding the peers, and half of the time being corporate wellness manager in the company people know so well, or in a new company. That's the old and the new way. Another example then is, I'm a professional health coach in Amsterdam, but honestly, I don't want to work in corporations as a corporate wellness coach because, the companies I worked for used corporate health as ad hoc marketing rather than taking real impact long-term action. And sadly, I still hear this every day, and this is what I call the marketing trap. And if you want to have a great reputation, don't do this. If a company just hires you for one day, for one big event, to look as if the company is always doing yoga and running and standing meetings, but then next day you go to the office and it's a gray dark office where no one is doing standing meetings. I mean, it's not authentic and it's happening too much. So beware of the marketing trap. Now, if this happens, the marketing trap, again, it's even more important to become this trusted advisor and make the business case. Show them how many people are leaving when a company isn't authentic. Now, you must have the right habits, healthy habits, to generate results. There's the hard way. So the habits are visiting companies, talking to companies. It's what I've done for 5 years, doing interviews of 2 to 4 hours, learning what the company's needs are worldwide. Talking to the employees because they share a different story than top down. I've done over 20 corporate projects in companies with over 200 employees, and I've studied over 2,000 hours, a lot more, all around the world, and I've invested over €400,000 in trial and error, trying things, learning, and making it better, to get a final solution and to now have the correct combination that answers all of the corporate wellness issues with clear results. So if you want the easy way to work for maybe 5,000 professionals and be seen as a strategic advisor, getting business results each day, if you want to attract your dream customers who love your work-life balance, who give you freedom, pay you well, and help you get results, if you want to increase your income and not be paid less than a full-time job to live your passion, if you want to get business results and live your dream life, then join us. And these are my dream clients. So I mostly work with people who are very empathetic or empathic. I don't know the English perfect word. But it's people who have a high emotional intelligence and a high intellectual intelligence. So they usually worked in corporations but got burned out, and they want to go back to the corporate but with freedom, not a boss who says, hey, work 9 to 5. They have this natural rhythm and they want to keep following it. Or they want to be a digital nomad and try out the new ways of working from the other side of the world and be allowed and work virtually when needed. I also love working with people who've done yoga, meditation, or healing, because often they get exhausted and they're not paid well as a yoga teacher, and they want to make this impact, and they have so much knowledge both from everything they learned, and they often come from corporations. And then there's also the entrepreneurs who've already created a little empire and who now want to create these beautiful, sometimes co-working, food spaces, fitness spaces, apps or technology. They've done it, they have the customers, but now they want to bring it to large corporations and put some replicas there of what they've already done. They're amazing. So if you're one of these threes or even another dream customer, connect with me. And I would love to have you part of our community and our course. So there's 3 types of clients. There's people who want to be seen as a strategic advisor rather than be one of the 200 health suppliers. Then there's people who want to not do the workshops anymore and get long-term projects with a long-term effect and clear results. And then there's people who already have clients but who want to get more, bigger clients and more predictable clients. So this is actually for anyone who wants to create their dream work life and support companies in creating dream work lives. So now you're probably wondering, yes, what's next? And this is gonna show what's next. This is the process. So again, who is this for? And it's very important to say who is this not for, to respect both our times, our schedule, our dream work lives. So this is for coaches, consultants, health experts who are currently in business and are making some sales. This is for trainers who sell trainings, workshops, one-to-one coaching or live events. People who know they're good in corporates but want to add wellness to feel more fulfilled and less burnt or even bore out. Or people who truly love helping others and value results above everything else. Or people who understand they need methods on how to create healthy cultures. So you're combining your skills with your passion in companies. Now, who is this not for? If you're like, I have the idea, but maybe in 2 years, or maybe I'll see, or maybe if my friend does it, it's not gonna be for you. If you like to make excuses and but my boss and this is not gonna work and I can't do this and you need to know that you're fully in control of your life. And if you're not, then take a first step and start working with yourself, with your mindset, your thoughts, and create your dream life, because you can only teach someone when you've went through this yourself. And if you're stuck in information gathering and you're taking one workshop and another education and you're not prepared to really take action, because this course, in week 1, you will be talking to CEOs. In week 2, you will be talking to CEOs. In week 3, you will be doing business cases for CEOs. It goes quick, it's actionable to get real results. And if you're not serious, you're like, 250,000, 5,000, I just want 3, 4, 5 people, or even just one for healings, then it's not for you either. The better the fit is, and that's why I'm so clear in advance, is that I honor win-wins, and it's really, really important, especially in creating a dream life. Time is important. So if you feel triggered right now, then let's do this. If you feel this yes in every cell in your body, let's do this. So I offer you a personal one-to-one strategy session with you and me. And this is really where we begin working out what you really want and how to make it happen in the fastest time. Who are your dream customers? How will you reach them? How can we support you? Now, we only let in a limited amount of people because we don't want our community to become too big, so we can keep offering the full support to get everyone their results. And that's it. That's the process. And if you're right now with every cell in your body, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, if you're already almost reaching out to CEOs, and then apply, do it. Let's get connected. Let's meet each other real life, and apply for this strategy session. And I'm so excited to have you part of this global community if we are a match. And I can see very quick, and I'm sure I'll see that with you, how, where, when you'll get amazing results, creating not only your dream life, but healing lives of many companies and people in companies. Thank you so much, and apply now. Bye bye.